The Accountant 2, the sequel to the 2016 original film about a assassin who has autism, was an interesting idea, right? Like, he's a assassin. He's like a, it's like what if James Bond had autism? It's like, okay, that's a neat idea. And then you set up that there's a secret organization filled with like an MI6 that's filled um, with people with disabilities. You got one person who's blind, one person's deaf, one with autism, one in a wheelchair. Like, you think maybe one with dyslexia, like whatever this feel with this place that's like filled with a disability version of like MI6, which sounds cool and awesome, and that sounds great. So, and there's stuff you could do with the idea of an accountant too. It's just weird because, like, I remember liking the first film, but I wasn't like gagging and saying, "Where's the Accountant 2? Where's the Accountant 2 movie? Like, I need an Accountant 2 now. I'm why they didn't make an Accountant 2?" Even box office wise, it didn't make amazing money, but I think it did decently well. Um, and the gap between sequels these days, it's not the A's anymore. You can't just do, like the gap between Alien and Aliens, or Terminator 1 to Terminator 2. You can't do that these days because there's always that fear of if you don't make a sequel once every couple of years, that the audience is going to slightly forget about it. There's always the worry about the TikTok generation and how we're like saying, "Oh yeah, that film is this. Really making a sequel out of that?" And they just don't go see it because it's like, really, they're doing that? Like it's so strange to don't go see it. So this movie was a surprise to me that they even made it in the first place. But how is the film? How is The Accountant 2? What I would say here is that if you're there just to see uh, Kristen Wolf, Ben Affleck's character, and Joan Berthold's character, what's it, Brax, who those two characters are brothers, and you want to see that dynamic and all that kind of stuff, it works. That you're there for that. If you're there for like the action or say spy thriller, espionage type of story, it's not that appealing really. Like I'm watching the movie and I thought this is okay. Like I love the brother dynamic. I love the back and forth of these two characters. But everything else just feels so flat and so like not that engaging really, because sure, like the plot is a find a little girl, find out the the reason why this little girl has gone missing, and they're trying to, because they realize if we it'll be probably a piece of a bigger thing, right? And that's the main plot. And it's linking to this other woman who we meet in the first few minutes, and it's all this kind of who's like a full on assassin, and it's like all these things, and you're just thinking this has a compelling beginning, but slowly it just becomes very uninteresting. It's not that engaging. You're not really. It's not really grabbing you. It's just like it's missing something. It feels just very. I was like hollow, but it feels like there's something empty with the main plot. It feels, but the main thing that works is the dynamic between Ben Affleck's character and John Berthold's character, and see those two characters interact, and the classic like, and probably also is the challenge of like you got Brax who's like my brother has autism, and it comes with comedic moments, but it also probably comes with frustration moments, and like the comedic moments because the first time we see Christian, he's on speed dating, and he does all these things and all that kind of stuff, and all the women are like, he's the one that they want to chat with and get along with, and be first in line to hopefully he's the one kind of thing. Um, but of course he's being so truthful and so blunt and so like the first one goes and says, do you believe love in first sight? And he's like, no, that's a child's notion. And he was like, oh no, and and his way to convince everyone that he and how Kristen, tricked the dating profiles and realize, hey, most women want this, and this, and the statistics are the women, but they're more likely looking for X, Y, and Z, and blah 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 blah. Blah. That it's that weird mix of like, hey, they want someone with disability and ability, but at the same time they want the sexy bad boy, and it's like, and it's just one of those things where you just go, God damn girl, God damn it, dude, God damn it. And then halfway through, there's a great scene between the two brothers, and another scene with, because you can tell Christian wants to be with someone. He wants to have some sort of ability. He wants to. You can tell he wants to be with someone, and it's hard for him because how he's bad picking up social cues, or he's really bad of like when a girl at a country club goes and says, what should they sing next, and the next thing he doesn't realize he's in a country club, so he starts naming non-country music songs, and it's like, god damn it. But yeah, but that, so you have those funny dynamics of it, and also once again the whole scene with in a club, in the country bar. It's really well put together. And I was like, this might be the best scene in the movie. And when the action hits, it does pretty well. It's shot pretty well, shot pretty well. But the problem is its main story. It's not. It's not that gripping. It feels like it is there to move the plot forward. Like the villains ain't that interesting. There's no depth towards the villains. They feel very generic. It Nothing really feels gripping to the point. I mean, it's interesting to find out about the brain, about how if someone had memory loss and they're rebuilding their memories, about what will probably come back and what will be created and what they thought might be new, that you might get a completely different person. I like that concept of things. But end of the day, it's just, I'm watching it and I was like, this, it's not a slog, but it's just, you're like, it's missing that that thing of like keeping the main story flow with momentum. It's not that gripping personally for me. But anyway, comment below, let me know your thoughts on the Accountant 3.